Welcome back to the Breakfast Show 2. The midterm election is next week, and we're talking to candidates for the vacant Missouri House District 147 seat today. And we have Andy Leighton, the Democratic candidate. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us,
Good morning,
Andy.
Elena.
We do appreciate it for you being here this morning.
Thank you.
First, so tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and why you decided to run.
Oh, well, my family and I moved here, Elena, 27 years ago for economic opportunity. We saw Cape Girardeau as a more economically diverse area than where we came from, over in the Carbondale area. We raised our two boys here, all the way up through Central and one all the way through Southeast Missouri State.
Wow. And so then, you've been here for quite a while. So is there just a particular reason that made you want to run for office?
Well, yes. I would like to say to start that there are many, many very good things happening in our community. Mm-hmm. One of the ways that I'm aware of that is through becoming a member of the Cape Girardeau Area Chamber of Commerce, and it's just there's so many wonderful people doing so many wonderful things, economically speaking. Of course, they're not the only ones. There's many other groups volunteering and making things happen. The recent Autumn Festival, just a couple of weeks ago, was a prime example of volunteers coming together and making something happen. However, I am very concerned about a number of issues regarding our economy and the future. Mm-hmm.
And so then that brings me to my next question. What are some of the main issues that you think need to be addressed within the district?
Well, the answer to the question is, the question being, what would be my first priority as a state representative if elected? The first thing I would do is reach across the aisle to other representatives and state senators in the area so that we can have our regional interests best served. But my first legislative priority would be to address the issues raised in a survey that was done of teachers in public schools across the state over the summer. And it's obvious that pay and benefits and working conditions are very serious matters. Our state ranks 50th in teacher pay. It ranks 50th in state support for education. We're ranked very low in worker readiness. These things do not bode well for future jobs.
Mm-hmm. And so then, what's something that you would do differently, maybe try to change if elected to this seat?
Well, there's several things actually that are impacting our economy, whether we're willing to accept it or not. One of them is violent crime, for example, and we need to address our lack of sufficient common sense gun regulations. There's just no doubt about it. This is leading, our lack of regulation is leading to a casual attitude towards gun ownership and the use of guns to solve problems that are easily solvable by other means. It's not the only thing, but it is certainly part of an array of ways of dealing with violent crime that has to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm. And the economy, that is at the top of lots of people's minds, lots of the voters' minds. So if elected, what would you do to help constituents put more money into their wallets?
Well, that all revolves again around these economic issues involving worker readiness, so that employers will know that we're a place that has workers that are ready to go to work and know how to do jobs that are available. It involves reducing violence so that people who want to own and operate businesses will know, and their customers will know, that they're safe places to be. But it also gets into the question of, do we have fair and equal health care for men and women across the state? This gets to the abortion issue. Our abortion ban is way too restrictive. It does not allow even for exceptions for rape and incest. This is causing a reconsideration across the healthcare community. Women have special healthcare needs, not just abortion, just because they have different anatomy than men. And there are specialized physicians, obstetricians and gynecologists and so forth. And if these people are looking over their shoulder all the time at Big Brother, they're going to choose to work somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. And Andy, we appreciate you for being here and answering some of our questions. Just a reminder, the election is next Tuesday, November 8th. Again, Andy, thank you so much for joining us on The Breakfast Show, too. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Elena.